What's happening, guys? So, I had a comment from a client recently talking about why they don't understand why men lose weight so much easier than women do. And it really typically seems to be true that men do tend to lose weight easier than women. And even if you take into account total weight and percentages of weight, men typically seem to lose weight easier than women. So why is that? Well, there are a few reasons here. I mean, there are some physiological reasons. Things like, women have much more estrogen, whereas men have a lot more testosterone. Men create muscle much easier. Muscle is very helpful metabolically. And there's a lot of, there are physiological reasons as to why men can lose weight easier than women. But I honestly don't think that's the biggest reason why, especially if you account for total percentage of body weight, like on average per week. And I really think it has more to do with dieting behavior, just in general, and social pressures and situations, and just kind of how society works. There's a lot more pressure for women, especially at an early age, to diet, to lose weight, to stay small. They're always told they need to weigh less, to be thin, and not be overweight. So women that have this pressure from a very young age, as early as early teenage ages, to be thinner. They feel like they need to be thinner for a lot of different reasons that are pretty much unfair. Whereas men, especially in an early age, are encouraged to actually be bigger for the most part. Like it's actually kind of encouraged to try to be bigger, stronger, especially when you're younger in your teenage years, when you haven't had this time to accumulate a lot of fat. Men want to be bigger. So what happens with this is women at an early age start dieting, whereas men don't diet until later on in life. And as we've talked about many times before, how often you've dieted and how extreme you've dieted plays a very large role in how easy it is to lose weight, right? So your metabolism changes based on your dieting behavior, and the more times you've dieted, the harder it becomes to lose weight. And especially the more extreme you've been, the more extreme you need to be moving forward to lose more weight. So men tend to spend a lot more time not in a caloric deficit than women do. So when they do go on a diet, their body and their metabolism is humming along really well, so weight can drop very well. Whereas a lot of times women have more of a yo-yo dieting cycle. And I'm not saying this is for all men and all women. I'm just saying in general this tends to be the case. So when a woman is dieting for a few months extremely, and then stops for a month, and then starts dieting again, and then stops and diets and stops and diets, it becomes like virtually impossible to lose weight. And I've done a video about why this doesn't work in the past, which I will put in the description or somewhere on the screen or something, so you can check this out about yo-yo dieting and what happens to your metabolism and why it just doesn't work. But besides that, that to me is the biggest reason why this happens, right? And it's not fair, it really isn't, but it's just kind of the way things work. So a lot of times, yeah, a man might diet once a year or something, but that means so they're dieting for a couple months and then they spend the next 10 months not dieting. Even if they give up, they're not dieting for all that time. So then when they come back to diet again, their metabolism's already in a good place and they can lose weight quickly again, instead of on, off, on, off, on, off all the time. So it's about taking that amount of time that you need to put your metabolic rate in a better position to be able to move weight. And that's why I so strongly encourage people in general, but especially women with a long history of dieting, to just break the cycle and get out of this habit of dieting all the time, get out of a caloric deficit, work on reverse dieting, work on repairing your metabolism, getting it in, I shouldn't say repairing, that's kind of the wrong word, but work on improving your metabolism and getting it to a better place and spending a good amount of time out of a caloric deficit and not dieting, so you can put yourself in a position to lose weight better. But yeah, I mean, especially for men, most men aren't even going to think about dieting until later on in life. A lot of times it's not even until like the 30s. Whereas a lot of women might be dieting by the time they're 15 and on and off again the rest of their life. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest reason. So the big thing here is make sure you're not dieting all the time. Make sure you give your body enough time to not be in a deficit, to put yourself in a good position, and that will help. Will men still lose weight easier than you? Probably, but unfortunately that doesn't change reality. You got to deal with it and accept it for what it is, and do the best you can for you, because that's all that matters. Anything else that you're looking at, comparing yourself to others, all that does is harm. So any questions, let me know. That's my opinion. If you have a different opinion, let me know, drop them below, and we'll talk about it, and I will talk to you guys later.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving